Mr. Aashish Puri, you are Chief Revenue Officer and a maritime trainer. Could you tell us a bit about your company and what does it specialize in?
Sure. Thank you for inviting us to the CSN network event. It's an excellent event, and we got a lot of information on what's happening in the industry. So, I'm working for Maritime Trainer. I'm the Chief Revenue Officer. At Maritime Trainer, we focus on the human capital management. We mainly focus on training and development of the crew, but our theory, our strategy is a little different. We follow the ATR rule. So we follow the assess, train, and retain. What we want to follow focuses the life cycle of the seafarer. So we want to make sure that we assess the seafarer when the seafarer is getting into a company with the helps of tools of assessment, job application, doing a lot of tests. So we have a lot of tests like psychometric tests, competence tests, English speaking tests also. So we add these tests to ensure that the crew has basic sufficient knowledge before it's even hired in the company. So a good start means a successful finish, right? This is very important. So we follow the journey of the seafarer, starting from job application, and then we get into more in-depth into assessments. So in assessments, we focus on the promotion assessments. We also focus on assessments based on competency. And these competency assessments are based on rank and vessel type. So depending upon the rank and vessel type, the difficulty of the questions in the assessment are selected. So this ensures to give a very accurate result on the competency of the seafarer.
Okay.
Right? And moving on, from here we get into the learning management systems. Within the learning management system, or the LMS as we call it, we use various tools for learning and development. So these tools include the LMS trainings, e-learnings, video-based trainings, incident trainings, VR trainings, cloud simulator. Also included is trainings on leadership, soft skills, and the cloud-based simulation is the very famous one that we are using. In VR, we are mainly focused on many topics such as critical for safety as lifeboat launching. These topics help to develop muscle memory for the crew. In case of an emergency, they can act better and in a safer manner, right? In cloud simulation, we have self-learning courses. We also have classroom or cloud-based instructor-led courses, and we also promote hybrid courses on these, on cloud-based. The other thing what we do, and which we are quite proud, is we do a digital twin. In digital twin, we make a full 3D scan of a vessel. We make a model for a vessel, and then on this model, we prepare company-specific trainings. So these tools help the crew to understand the vessel even before they are going on the vessel. So this helps in reduction of the handover time and also helps in induction. Another challenge what we have faced in the industry is on the SMS. The SMS is becoming huge and it is impossible for anyone to remember. Majority of the inspections reveal that you see deficiencies on lack of knowledge of training of SMS. So what we have done is we do an SMS e-learning which is company specific. So this is a training made specifically for the company on their SMS. So this is an individualized training focusing on the questions on the company's SMS to the crew. In this process, when they are answering these questions, they can learn more about the SMS and the safety procedures. This gives them confidence and knowledge about answering the questions during an inspection, right? And then we get into the final part, and this is a very crucial part because now we have spent a lot of time assessing and training the crew. How are we going to retain it, right? Because if we don't do the right efforts in retaining the crew, we will lose all our efforts. So in retention, we focus on many topics. We have one of our newest model, which is called as BOCAB, that is the Behavioral and Competency Verification Assessment. This is an automated tool where the manager of the crew, upon scoring the crew in operation, if the crew gets scored less, he or she will automatically be given trainings from the system. So that's the benefit. So this helps to reduce the time spent by the managers and the masters and chief engineer on board while making sure that the assessments are done and the crew is getting competent. The crew can have a personal development plan, and this plan can carry with the crew on different vessels till the crew has finished this plan with different masters and chief engineer, because If there is a something topic like leadership, it cannot be developed within one assignment. It might require multiple assignments.
Yes, sir.
So in order to ensure that we make sure that the PDP or the personal development plan goes together with the seafarer also on the next vessel. So where the master or the chief engineer can support the seafarer to make sure that he or she can learn and enhance the skills so while they can be promoted and end up becoming a master or chief engineer one day themselves. That's what we do. We also do a lot of good surveys, which is we call the model as MT Care. In these survey models, we do regular feedback surveys, taking feedbacks on the assessment of the crew, on how the crew is feeling. There are different survey models, daily, weekly, monthly, 6 monthly. What this helps is to give a graph line for the vessel's engagement. And it is very crucial because what we have seen is an engaged crew is a much safer crew and a much efficient crew. So the crew engagement is equally important. So we are focusing heavily into that. And all of the tools, what I mentioned, the benefit is because now we are talking about the new age seafarers. They sometimes don't even use a laptop. They use an iPad or iPhone or some smartphone. So the goal is we have made all the trainings available on all platforms, on computer, desktop, iPads, smartphones, etc. So we have a fully available app ready on the iOS store and on Android store. And for the vessel, the crew can do the training on board offline. So the vessel doesn't even need internet for the crew to do training. When the vessel is offline, as soon as the vessel connects to internet, the data synchronization will take place, and this helps together to get the data in the right place. Coming to the data, we are actually supporting our customers with a lot of data tools, Power BI, and we are using these tools to show the right data because in shipping we always hear the big data and the big data, but the challenge is we might have all the data, but it's very important to filter it so we can use the data for decision making.
Yes, definitely.
So, and that's why we are mainly focused on these tools. So our customers are very happy with these tools. In these tools, they give them a very good idea and they can put the filters and get the information in a report. And they can use this for their monthly reporting, management reporting, and most importantly, they can use this data for the right decision making. So the whole tool itself, it compasses the LMS, learning management system, and we are proudly working with a lot of shipping companies, crewing companies, ship management companies, even training centers are using our training. And we are proud to say we are now working with more than 1,000 vessels globally and more than 100 shipping companies globally.